And good afternoon, Port Jervis, and welcome to the Port Center Spotlight Podcast. My name is Andrew Murata, host of the podcast, and I am excited, I'm proud, and really honored to talk with today's guest, Senior Owen Curreri.
Thank you very much for having me.
Owen, welcome to the podcast. A couple of announcements before we get to Owen. It is Hall of Fame week. It is homecoming week. Someone's on the court. But our Hall of Fame induction is this weekend at the Erie trackside. And the homecoming game, the Hall of Fame game is this Friday night.
Yes.
That game has been changed to Chase Field, all this new construction. So that'll be Friday night. We're excited about both of those events. So please come out and support the Raiders this weekend. And again, our Hall of Famers are going to be out and about this weekend as well. So we're excited. But maybe a future Hall of Famer. We don't know. His future is bright. This is Owen Curreri, friends. Owen, really happy to have you on. We were chatting off air. I had all your siblings, and we were in the switch with the middle school to high school. You, as you said,
I got stuck with Lazaro for 6 years.
Yeah, so that's a lot of Lazaro.
Yeah, a whole lot of Lazaro.
Curreri, two Italians here spending time. But we're excited. Owen was the 2024 Fowler Award winner with the football program this year. We're excited for him about that. It's a nice honor. But before we get to that, William, how are you feeling? It's October now, or your senior year. You can see the finish line. It's like down there. You can see it. Your whole career here at school. How are you feeling now?
Man, I mean, I feel like a lot of the times when I was coming through school, I was always kind of like a little bit like, oh, school this, school that. But like as it's coming to an end, I feel like I really learned a lot through high school. Like not even just education wise, but like also like feeling out how the real world is, talking with my peers, talking to my teachers. Like it's really a very cool experience that like a lot of us are lucky to have. And definitely, I think that high school was definitely a very big like role in how I'm going to turn out as a young man and a future citizen. And pretty much.
We were talking off air a little bit about his goals. We'll get to that. So senior year now, you chose to go to CTECH. You're studying electrical construction.
Yes.
Talk to me about your choice to go to CTECH, your choice to go down that road, and then maybe what you're looking ahead to do with that.
Yeah, so honestly, I was looking at CTECH for a while, but I decided not to do it last year. But I wanted to do it because I plan on going into the union, and I always kind of knew college really wasn't for me. So I thought that going into the union would be the best choice for me. And eventually I want to go into the union for 4 years, master the craft, and then I want to eventually down the road go and work with my two brothers and my sister into flipping houses, like real estate, stuff like that, and kind of cut out the middlemen for it so I can kind of do the work on my own and stuff like that.
Do the work of family business. And when you say the union, electrical construction.
Yes, electrical construction.
Wow. Be careful. Don't stick your finger in the eye.
Yeah.
That's about the least of
especially not with water on your finger.
Yes, yeah. How did you know that college wasn't for you? How did you know that?
Kind of really just school never really like tickled my fancy. Like I never really got as much as I think I could have out of school. And I kind of always was drawn towards hands-on things, figuring out how things worked, like stuff like that. And I feel like that's the same way with my little brothers too. And so I definitely think that over the summer I thought about electrical a lot, and I definitely think that's my way to go.
And where did that come from, Owen? Who did someone show you that? Did you do some stuff with your dad? I know he's a man of many talents. They're both musicians, your parents. Where did the electrician come from?
Honestly, my uncle, Scott Morris, he actually had a very big role because originally I was going to go into plumbing, and he kind of told me like what is where, like which kind of trades do what. Mm-hmm. And so I think that he told me like electrician, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, that sounds like what I want to do. Mm-hmm. So I think that was very big role in that. And
So now that you're doing it for school, CTECH, if you're not familiar, Owen goes in the morning, he goes over to Goshen, New York, and learns the trade. So how is that for you that you're not sitting in this class and this class versus you're out working with your hands, you're out learning this trade that you could see yourself making money down the road?
So much better. And I really draw a liking to my teacher, Kevin Brown. He's a very good person, and he definitely makes the work environment in the classroom and in the workshop very like inclusive, and like he kind of shows you what the trades are going to be like, sort of in like a personal sense.
Cool. If you're watching the show live, jump in and say hello. This is Senior Owen Curreri. Owen, in addition to the electrician and your goals ahead, sports has been a huge part of your life. Your whole family, very sports orientated. I can't imagine the washing machine at home with all the,
It's the busiest place in the house.
But football, wrestling, you even joined golf now. Tell me about your role right now with our championship football team.
I play middle linebacker, and I kind of sub in a certain series that we run, and kind of play like a tight end hybrid type thing. And I definitely think that my role in the football team is to kind of glue our people together, make sure we're all thinking as a unit instead of playing as me players. And I just try my best to kind of incorporate everybody, no matter what your place is on the roster.
Nice. I like that. Talk to me about some of the strategies you use. I like the word glue. What are some things you do to be that glue, as you say?
A big thing, although it sounds a little silly, is actually just joking around with everyone, like making sure that everyone's kind of incorporated on the joke, and like no one's just a single butt end of the joke every single joke, kind of like spreading the love, but also spreading a little bit of friendly hate at the same time. Not hate in a sense of like putting someone down.
Ribbon,
as in,
ribbon.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying there. Oh, and I like how you said that, right? I'm making fun with guys. We're having fun together versus fun of people. There's a difference there that, as you're describing, bringing people in, and you got to laugh. It's a violent game. It's an intense game. But when you can laugh and have some joy in it, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it makes it so much easier to play to your full potential. And also not just in the joking matter, but also making sure everyone's watching film correctly. And if like somebody messes up, don't be like, oh, you suck, blah, blah, blah. Just show them what they can do, and then tell them, hey, next time just have a short memory and just do what's best for the team.
Owen didn't read the prohibited words list on the podcast here. We don't use that word, Owen, here on the podcast. Owen, I'm going to read you some words here. I'm going to read you some criteria. This is the Fowler Award. Owen was named at the Bell game a couple weeks ago. Last week? No, 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
He didn't know he was going to win this award. It is the Dr. Stephen Fowler Award. Academic achievement, desire, dedication, work ethic, sportsmanship, and leadership. Those are some pretty great things there. You are the winner of this award. How does it feel that your name is associated with these qualities?
I mean, like ever since I was coming up through the program, not even just football, like everywhere, it was always such a desire for me to be that type of role model for other kids and for my teammates. And I think it's really, really, honestly, such a great opportunity. And I'm so grateful to be the recipient of this reward. I think it's really like, kind of like as a kid, like growing up, like I was always like looking up to those guys. So it's cool to be given this award. And I definitely appreciate everyone that helped make it happen. And I'm very appreciative of this award.
Yeah. Who are some of those people, Owen? Who are some of the people that influenced you and made it more about just instead of just hitting the guy or making the play, it is about sportsmanship, leadership, and like you said, being the glue? Who are some of those people that influenced you?
Especially my parents, very big role, very family oriented. All of my family, uncles, aunts, grandparents, cousins. I mean, like everything kind of played a big role into how I kind of shaped myself as a young adult. And I really love just like the process of getting there. And like so many people, like my friends, my family, my teachers, even like my coaches, especially like all the coaches I've been with and have trained me. It's just such a good like process to be a part of,
Yeah. And you look at your family pictures on Facebook, you need the wide lens, and there's a lot of people in there,
definitely a lot of people.
And a lot of ties to Port Jervis, deep roots here in Port Jervis, football, and also wrestling is a big part of your life. You love wrestling. Your uncle Jared Kamar was a huge component of wrestling here, started the Sullivan College program there. You're going to transition here from ending your football career and go into your second love or your first love, really. I don't know which one you like more, but you're about to start wrestling here your senior year. Talk to me about wrestling in your life.
Wrestling really transformed how I thought and how I looked. Like coming in as a freshman, I definitely had a very big like passion for wrestling, but it wasn't to the extent that it would be. Like coming in freshman year, I remember there was a specific match where I got put in a quarter Nelson for a minute straight. And I remember after that, like, I was just like, I can't let that happen again. So I kind of went, and that season I put in, I think, 300 plus hours of off-season work, and went to all these clubs. We went to Ken Sherto camp that year. We've been to a camp almost every year since. And wrestling is just so good for your like mental clarity and like how you perceive things in the real world. Like, it's translated through so many things: schoolwork, working. Like, I got a job recently over the summer, and it's like really kind of the same thing, just without like going and wrestling somebody. It's like kind of the same principles, and it's really cool to see.
Yeah, the determination,
Yeah,
right?
definitely.
I'm gonna get through this. I'm gonna do this. Oh, and take me back to that freshman year. It's so great to hear that you learn, right? We learn from successes, right? He was given this award here, or earned this award, and you learn from that. But you learn from getting put in this hole for a minute and a half.
Yeah.
And you told yourself that, did you? And was it your coaches yelling? Was it your dad and mom yelling? It was you.
Everybody was very like, hey, it happens after that. And it was kind of what I needed. Like, it was like I got put in a quarter Nelson for a minute, and everybody was like, good job. Like, I didn't want that. Like, I wanted everybody to be like, why would, like, how'd that happen? And I remember I literally sat in like my backyard with all my weights around me, like working out for like an hour, just staring at a wall. Like, I can't let this happen. Like,
Wow.
and it kind of was like an opposite effect. Like, you know how usually you would think like people yelling at you would like, or criticizing you would make you go further, but it was kind of the opposite. It was like people giving me that reassurance was like, that's not good enough, you know?
Yeah. Wow. What a great story of learning and leadership. Oh, and that was awesome, man. That was really, really well said. And we spoke about sports, and again, congratulations on winning the Fowler Award. You've also had some teachers here that have had a strong impact on you in the classroom academics. Who are some of the teachers here that have motivated you and got your attention? They might not have put you in a figure four leg lock or whatever you called it, but they really have helped you along the way. Who are some of those people?
Pretty much all of my teachers played a very big role, but some very important teachers, I would say, would be Miss Mark, Miss Chaffee, all of my gym teachers, because they kind of all played a role in like coaching.
Yeah.
And pretty much everybody in the school, Rizzo, everybody in the school, like atmosphere kind of helped shape. And it's cool to be a part of, especially with Port Jervis. Like, this high school is so intertwined, like with like the community, sports, and like everybody just has a good time. Like, it's no bad blood between anybody, and it's really nice to be a part of.
I like it. Well said here. Oh, and again, if you're watching live, jump in. Sabrina, Alessandra's watching there. Specifically, Miss Mark, you spoke about English last year. You had one of the highest grades. You scored tremendously high on the Regents. What was it that she did in the classroom that really helped you grasp, that course last year?
She had a mixture, which a lot of teachers are scared to use. She kind of like used a little bit of tough love, but also knew when to like turn it off. Like she would like get on you for doing work, but like in a proper way. Like, a lot of teachers kind of, I feel like sometimes don't know the line between like yelling at you and teaching you how to kind of get better from it. And I feel like she had a very good balance of tough love and proper like education purposes. It was very nice.
Well said there, Owen. Again, as a parent, as a teacher, we're trying to teach these young people. There is as you say, a fine balance there. Accountability, expectations, all of those type things. So shout out to Miss Mark here. Very cool. Owen, very unique of your family. You're the older brother, and you are the older brother of triplets.
Yeah.
What is that like in your house?
It was honestly, at first, like, I hear stories of like, obviously I didn't remember, but when they first came home, I was like always trying to I'm like, what is going on? I was used to being the prince. I was used to being the little their little boy, but then it was like three little goons came along, and I was like, what the heck? But as we grew up, like, I couldn't ask for any other siblings. Like, we were the best friends. Like, a lot of times I hear like stories of siblings like having bad blood between each other and like getting into fights all the time. We're like best friends. Like, all of our friends are the same friends. We're like, we never have like really any bad moments, and when we do, it's over a Pop-Tart. Like, it's never anything crazy. So
5 more Pop-Tarts, Mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Colin, William, and Jocelyn, all very talented. young man's. Shout out to your brother. Who you say it was? Colin?
Colin.
Colin, shout out to your brother. Received an injury in the game, his leg. So we wish you a speedy recovery, Colin. I'm sorry to hear that for you and your family. So pretty cool. As the older brother, do you feel, I mean, I know they're close in age, but do you feel that kind of responsibility to guide them and show them and lead them?
Definitely. A lot of both of them. I'm talking about the twins right here because Jocelyn's very good at like being responsible.
Everything. She's very good at everything, Jocelyn.
Jocelyn's very well put together mentally, but like William and Colin kind of needed a little bit of assistance. So I definitely felt somewhat of a role. Like I'm always cooking for them, always like telling them, hey, that's my laundry, that's your laundry, put that away. Stuff like that, making sure they're cleaning what they need to. And also kind of on in sports too. Like we play basically the same sports. The only thing that we're different in is me and William play golf and Colin plays baseball. So like I feel like it's very cool to be a part of the older brother role and like kind of be tough on them when I need to, but also like show them the love that they need at certain times.
Oh, and a lot of people at that dinner table, a lot of people packing lunches. Football, I mean, as a young man, the nutrition, eating healthy, being a student athlete, but specifically wrestling with your diet. Talk to me about that in your house and how much your diet plays a role in what you're doing.
Well, it's kind of a
I saw you smile there.
It's kind of a blessing and a curse because like on one end, you're in the best physique you've ever been in. Like you look in the mirror like, whoa, what the heck is that? But then on the other end, it's Christmas time and you can't have any cookies or shortbread or whatever. So it's like you kind of feel like you're missing out in certain areas. But at the same time, it's very beneficial for like health and like I feel like it's definitely better because you kind of have to have that diet to help your team. Like you can't let down your team by missing weight. Like when you miss weight, you can't wrestle. So you kind of have to stay on T with those certain things.
Has that happened to you?
Yeah.
It happened.
It's only happened once, I think. But every time I am overweight, I usually sweat it out like on the treadmill for however long it takes with 3 hoodies on, stuff like that.
And so if you're wrestling at 160, 170,
160 next year, I'm gonna
so
wrestle.
if you come in over, do you just go to the 165? Is that what happens, or you miss your slot?
Yeah, well, the team is all put together. Like there's a weight class from 102 to 285. Every person has a role in that weight class. So if you miss weight, you can't really bump up because there's someone already there. So you're kind of going to get filled in. So it's a little tough. Like you definitely have to be on point.
What if there's a bunch of guys that are right around your weight? Are there more people that are in that slot? Can there be more than one person in a slot?
Yes. So that gets determined by wrestle-offs. Like you kind of just wrestle each other. And that's what I said earlier, like survival of the fittest. Like it's very like if you're better, you're going to get this spot type thing. And I kind of like that environment because it pushes you to be your greatest. And it's definitely good because my rival last year was my best friend, Dylan Fox, who I've known since I was born. And it was cool. Like, although we were wrestling a lot, it wasn't ever any bad blood. It was kind of like a friendly competition to get better.
Yeah. Oh, and you're incredibly well-spoken. You're incredibly kind. I can just feel a great vibe coming from you.
Thank you.
But you play these two extremely violent games, hitting people. And again, the wrestling is so violent with the guys crashing together. How do you turn that on and off? How do you be this nice guy that you can have a fine dinner with and a great conversation, and then be this, beast on the court and the mat?
It's kind of you kind of have to learn it through experience. Like when I was a kid, it was pretty tough, like trying to be aggressive because of how kind I was. But then as I grew older, like I kind of learned how to turn it on. One big part of it for me is music. I definitely lock in with music before a game, and I also kind of have to dig deep into the struggles that you've been through and prove to yourself why you're here and how you're going to do it. Like it's very important to turn that switch on when you need to. And I think it's definitely a good skill to have, to be able to flip from when you need to be kind and when you need to be tough. So
well said there. Well said. Oh, and it took us 20 minutes till you got to the word music. That is another big component of your family. Your parents are both musicians. Your mom, a music teacher here. Talk to me about music in your house and what it means to the Curreri.
Yeah, so we have an entire room called the music room where it's just instruments and like the piano's in there. And like growing up, like we were all just picking up instruments and trying to make songs on it, and like it was kind of cool to see with like not I feel like not a lot of kids get to go to their own parents' concerts. Like it was so cool growing up, and like in the moment, it's like you don't really like know what's going on, but like now I even have my parents like stuff in my playlist. Like it's funny, and like
your parents got more followers than you got.
Exactly, exactly. And actually, just recently, like in the last couple of years, I picked up like making beats and like just like laying a couple vocals down, like nothing crazy, just like a hobby. But it's definitely cool. Like I play the trombone and the piano, which the piano is such a cool instrument because you can kind of just like hit a key and like try to listen for what you can make. And like even if you don't know a song, you can just like play whatever you want. So I definitely think the piano is a very big role. And my brother's like, I'm always sitting there, I'll be sitting there mad, and all of a sudden I'll hear a sonnet from the other room because my brother's playing it. I'm like, dude, not the time. But it's funny. It's fun.
All very talented, the Curreri children, music. It really, again, Jocelyn, Adele, move over. Jocelyn Curreri's coming. Adele, her cousin too, right?
Yeah,
Adele, the singer, I was thinking was her cousin too. Talk to me about working or being here with your mom. Your mom works here now. She's been here 4 or 5 years, 3 or 4 years, maybe?
3, I think. Yeah, 3 years.
Amazing teacher here. She's an incredibly talented teacher and musician in her own right. What's that like to be in the same building with your mom? All the kids are here with you.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the times kids kind of take that for granted when they have their mom as a teacher. But I was one of the few kids because in elementary school, she was my teacher from 1st grade to 6th grade. Because she was a music teacher, there was no other music teacher, so she was my teacher.
Wow.
And it was always just such a cool experience. Like going to my mom's room to like, if I'm sick, I don't have to call out. Like I just go to my mom's room. And then when she followed us up to this building, like a lot of kids would be annoyed with that, but I loved it. It was just so cool to have like my mother as like a role in the student community and the teacher community.
Well said, Owen. Well said. This has been incredible. This is the most I've talked to you. Again, I know your siblings a little more. You're an incredible young man.
Thank you.
Owen, was there anything you wanted to say that I didn't ask you about?
Just one thing, really. Like first off, XXV. It's my business. Me and my friend Matthew Patterson, we've started this business, and I kind of started it so I could
XXV.
Yeah, XXV.
Talk to me about that.
So it means 25.
Okay.
And that.
Oh, that's
yeah. It means 25, which kind of represents my class, but it's not like a class-oriented thing. It kind of represents like the challenges you face to like exit out of your class, like moving on to become an adult, and just kind of overcoming obstacles. And then on the back it says "Till death do us part."
Okay.
I'll do a little spin.
Okay.
Till death do us part, which kind of represents the relationship between like the customers and me and my business partner. And it's kind of just like once you're in this, like I have you in the best of my like mind. So yeah, pretty much I just really wanted to start a business and kind of get into the business culture. And it's been really great. I actually really
What is the business? What are you doing? What is it?
Clothes. So we did sweatshirts first, and we're coming out with shirts in a week.
Okay.
And we already have some pre-orders for that. And yeah, so we just get to we put down the designs, ask a design guy, and print the shirts, and we get them out to the people.
Electrical engineering, sports, awards, music, and a clothing business.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You got a lot going on.
Thank you.
Cool. Where can people learn more about? Is it called 25? Is it called XXV?
So it's called XXV,
Okay.
but it means 25. So
Gotcha.
it's like the name of the brand is XXV.
Where can they find you?
We have an Instagram. It's just XXV Clothing.
Okay.
And we're going to probably come out with a website very soon, but we haven't really gotten to that stage yet. So once we learn more, once we get a little bit more platform, then we'll definitely expand out.
Very cool. Check it out, friends. And this has been great. We are in the Thursday of Spirit Week here, your senior year. The pep rallies tomorrow, homecoming dances this weekend. You had the bell game. We have some other big football games coming up. Again, wrestling's coming. You got all these senior events coming up. Yeah. How's it feel? How's it feel, to have all these things kind of right on your doorstep?
It still doesn't really like feel real. Like it's like I was always thinking through school, like, whoa, look at the seniors. Like that's crazy. They're so old and cool. And then now that I'm a senior, it's like, wow, like I'm the senior. It's crazy to think.
Old and cool.
Yeah.
I'm just old. You're old and cool.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, enjoy it. Enjoy it all. Again, homecoming's tomorrow, the dance Saturday. we have the Hall of Fame here, Owen, and they were in your shoes years ago, and we're going to hear their story. So it's nice to hear your story now as a student. You have a bright future in front of you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Any last shout outs, Owen?
I would like to shout out my girlfriend, Leilani. We're a little over a year now. She's definitely helped me through a lot of the challenges I faced in my life over the last year. My friends, like my longest friend I spoke about a little bit, Dylan Fox, he's always been there for me. I've always been there.
Starting quarterback.
Yeah, starting
Dylan
quarterback.
Fox.
Yeah, we have really good chemistry. Just like I consider him a brother, like a brother. I see him all the time. He comes over to my house. I go to his house. Another couple others, like Matthew Patterson, I shout out. He's a very long time friend. He's my business partner as well. And Aiden, Brandon Pressbear, Carol Dolshin, Mookie Campbell, all these guys were just like always there for me. And we kind of always had a very brotherly bond. And definitely a lot of other friends, but those were really like my brothers. Like I just think of them as family. No doubt about it.
It's a tight crew, and I think that has to do with the success of the football program, our athletic programs as well, that bond and those connections. So, and again, congratulations on the award. It's well-deserved.
Thank you very much.
Just know that the Port Jervis community, we're going to support you through this, and we're excited for the things that lie ahead for you.
Thank you very much.
All right.
I feel awesome about it. It's really awesome.
Yeah. So cool. Owen Curreri, everyone. Owen, you did great today, man.
Thank you very much.
You got your senior things here today.
Yep.
Did you get points for this? Did you?
I came in late because there was no BOCES, so I didn't get any
miscounted.
points, but no points regardless. I still got to support the seniors.
And what was the theme today?
So today was the theme of your class. So surfing seniors is what we are. So we kind of just dressed up like you're going out surfing on the beach.
Okay. Cool, man. Well, you got the hair to go with it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Will you be involved with the egg toss or the gym today? You involved with any of that stuff?
We have practice right after school, so I can't really.
Coach Shaharski not letting his players in the spirit.
Nah,
games,
he does. He's very good with it.
Yeah.
We've been in the last two, but like we're just getting really prepared for the game.
Sure.
Gonna have my other senior peoples go out and support the seniors.
Egg toss this afternoon. I'll be happily refereeing that. Again, I want to give a shout out to your brother Colin. Get well soon with his leg. I'm sorry to hear that. But we are going to sign off here. Senior Owen Curreri. We're really proud of our students here. And here's another example of a young man who exhibits Port pride. Owen, and we'll end with that. What does Port pride mean to you?
Port pride is really, I've seen through my whole life, is just a community that like there's such an intertwined kind of family feeling in Port Jervis. Like you can't go onto a single street and be like felt like you're not home, like everybody supports each other and everything. And I feel like I definitely came to a head when we were coming home from the Bell game and everyone was like lined on the streets, like yelling and supporting the crew. So it was very cool to see.
It was. Those videos are out there. Your mom posted it as well. So yeah, a lot of stories there and connections. So
yeah.
Well, good luck in the game this weekend, and certainly enjoy all the festivities. Owen Curreri, everyone. If you have someone you would like me to meet for the show, please reach out. It's fantastic to meet and talk with these fine young people. So enjoy this beautiful weather, everyone. And Owen, how about go Port?
Go Port.
See you, everybody. Thanks for tuning in, and continue to show your Port pride and all that you do. Owen Curreri, friends.
See you later.